Hello. Across Western Europe, we have a big area of high pressure establishing itself at the moment. That means a lot of settled weather, light winds, and a decent amount of sunshine, but not for everyone under the high actually. There will be quite a lot of stubborn low clouds sitting across the north of France, Germany and the Low Countries in the coming days. That cloud though, inert in comparison to what's developing further south in the Med. Very windy story to come for Sicily, for southernmost Italy, Greece and increasingly Turkey through Thursday as this area of low pressure rolls its way eastward. Some heavy downpours of rain, the winds strong enough I think to cause some damage and disruption. Plenty of sunshine in contrast across Iberia, the Balearics, Sardinia and Corsica. There's some of that thicker cloud though lingering across the north of France, tailing across into Poland. There should be some brightness here, but it could be quite limited at times. It does look like brighter skies will start to push across from the west though under the high on Friday. Meanwhile, further east, the wettest, stormiest conditions push towards the likes of Cyprus and southern Turkey. In the west, as the fair weather continues, there should be more sunny spells around well on into the weekend, but we will see a dip in temperatures as we switch from an Atlantic into an Arctic air mass. Further east, still looking pretty quiet thanks to that high too, and much quieter for Greece by the end of the weekend. Hello. Somewhat of a quiet weather story for central and eastern reaches of the US to take us through the middle of this week. A big area of high pressure marked out by this big clear slot on our satellite picture. Further west though, more cloud, and that's because we have more activity. One weak area of low pressure that will track up towards the Great Lakes. Another more potent affair trying to push in from the Pacific, and this promises to bring some heavy rain into California, some snow across the Rockies, but then this whole system is going to dive across the Rockies and into the plains for Thursday and Friday, introducing much colder air and some significant snowfall. As we look at Western Canada, it's a pretty fine story in general though on Wednesday, with the thicker cloud, the rain and the snow sitting further south across the border for the US. It's a soggy old story for San Francisco. We will though, I think, see that rain clearing by the time we get to Friday. Vancouver still staying pleasantly mild in the next few days, highs of 12 and 13 degrees. Further east, much warmer for Wednesday as we pick up quite a strong southwesterly wind feeding out of the plains. So after temperatures around freezing earlier on in the week, for example, for the likes of New York, those figures getting really bolstered. Just keeping a close eye on this area of showers developing off the coast of Florida. Some quite squally winds and stormy seas possible here, but Miami should remain largely fine. Hello. South America and Central America are our ports of call for this look at the world weather, and we'll start with our satellite picture showing a very well-defined curl of cloud to the south of the continent, an area of low pressure rolling through here with its attendant front, and plenty of shower cloud further north where we anticipate further heavy downpours across Colombia, Ecuador and northern reaches of Peru on Wednesday. Still a lot of showers to come for northern Brazil too. Slightly clearer skies across Venezuela, some sunshine for Caracas, showers for Belém however, and certainly for Recife, a lot of humidity too. Carvelas somewhat brighter, Rio largely fine on Wednesday, some showers arriving here later on in the week however. Buenos Aires with some passing cloud, up to 21 degrees here, temperatures a little down on the figures we'd expect at this time of year, but it should get warmer here in the coming days. However, it does look like we'll see some wet weather arriving on Saturday. Moving further north now to Central America, a pretty quiet picture on the whole for Mexico, some isolated showers for Honduras, Guatemala and Costa Rica, but some heavier rain further east as we track across Cuba, Haiti and the Dominican Republic and the Bahamas, the tail end of a weather system here which extends down from the eastern US. That though will pull away in the coming days, so the outlook is for things to become rather more settled. Hello, time for our check-in on the weather across Africa and the Middle East. And we'll start with our satellite picture, which shows a beautifully defined curl of cloud, which is an area of low pressure now rolling across the Middle East. We have another low developing with its centre in the Med that's going to bring thicker cloud, some pretty squally winds and some heavy rain in to the north of the African continent. Further south, Actually comparatively dry for the time of year across the equatorial belt, and we are seeing the heavier rains across northern Mozambique easing for the coming days, so some slightly more positive news here. In terms of our outlook for the next 5 days, it should remain fine in Cape Town, Dakar and Nairobi. Johannesburg seeing temperatures around the 30-degree mark, perhaps sparking the odd shower on Monday. Sunshine for Khartoum and Lusaka, but a chance of some showers in Kinshasa. Let's take a look at what's happening to the northeast of the continent, though, with that area of low pressure coming across from the Med, basically starting off by introducing some cloud and squally winds along the north coast on Thursday. There's the tail end of our previous area of low pressure, bringing yet again some heavy rain into northern Iraq and Iran, and a trailing weather front even introducing just a little bit more cloud to the south of the Gulf itself, and perhaps some gustier winds to the rear of that front, kicking up a little bit of dust and sand. Looks like we could see a few showers for Q8 in the coming days. Hello. We've seen quite a lot of activity across northern India, particularly the northeast, in terms of showers in the last 24 hours. Plenty of clouds still here on the latest satellite picture. That weather feature now pulling away, but another significant area of low pressure pushing into the stands will bring rain here, snow across the higher ground, and eventually introduce more cloud and rain to the north of Pakistan and again through northern India by the time we get into the end of the week. It does, though, look like things are going to clear up considerably for the likes of Assam and Meghalaya by the time we get into Thursday. Let's take a closer look, though, further north. This swirling low will actually pull some very mild air up ahead of it, so bolstering the temperatures in the likes of Astana and Kabul for Thursday. But once the frontal system pulls through, we will see the temperatures falling. A lot of sunshine to the south of Pakistan, a lot of sunshine across much of India, a few showers along the length of the west coast, sunshine for the Maldives and Sri Lanka. Across southern India, in fact, in many areas, temperatures by day still a couple of degrees above average for the time of year, looking much clearer and drier as promised for the northeast in the next few days. A lot of sunshine for Mumbai, Dhaka and Islamabad in our forecast. Still a slight chance of the odd shower across Sri Lanka. Here's that switch in the weather for Tashkent, a plummet in temperatures behind that weather system for Friday, and then the sunshine and the warmth returning. Hello. Asia and Australasia are our ports of call for this world weather update, and we start as usual with the satellite picture, once again flagging a lot of showers across Indonesia, some heavier rain across the Philippines, showers creeping further north into Thailand, and quite an organised band of rain sitting across central China. That's going to produce some pretty heavy rain on Thursday and snake away eastwards, managing to avoid the major islands of Japan, but a pretty wet story for the Ryukyu Islands to the south. Further north, a drop in temperatures for Beijing, down about 9 or 10 degrees on the figures we saw earlier in the week. Still some of the most intense rain, though, in this part of the world, targeting Indonesia again on Thursday. In terms of our outlook, however, a lot of sunshine for Beijing, for Bangkok and for Seoul. Slightly more mixed fortunes for Osaka. Heading now to Australia, more heavy rain to come for Queensland out of the remnants of Trevor. That's kind of got entrained with a frontal system too, though, that's pushing its way from south to north across New Zealand. We've already seen some significant flooding affecting the South Island of New Zealand. Thursday, it looks like it will be the North Island that's in for the worst of the weather. Clearer skies behind the front for Wellington, but a cooler feel on Thursday with a temperature of around 17 or 18 degrees. It does, though, look like we should see some decent sunshine and some warmth returning for Saturday and Sunday.